Hi. So I wanted to share my story about how I came to realize how powerful eclipses are. I came to realize this in the eclipse season of May and April 2022. During this period of time, I was deeply questioning my work, my business. I was seeing from afar my friend and mentor losing her battle with cancer. And I was, again, just because I was facing all this, was not bringing in new clients. I was not able to be visible online. And it was just really a dark night of the soul. I was really questioning how I'd be able to help my family financially and all these things. You know, running your own business, you're taking a risk. And sometimes it can feel a little, I don't want to say selfish, but you know, you are putting a lot at stake when you're running your own business because you never know when the next client is going to come, right? And at that same time, I got a surprise call out of the blue from my old director at the university I taught at for 12 years. I hadn't heard from her in 4 years since I left teaching, since I left that job in 2017 when my kid was born. I hadn't heard from her, and all of a sudden I received a call from her. I thought it was a butt dial, so I called her back. I was like, "Did you call me by any chance?" She was giving me my old job back. So this was a job that had, a lot of security, consistent paycheck, benefits, all the things, and it was just handed to me on a silver platter. I told her I'd take a week to think about it, and you know, after 4 years of saying, of working on myself and knowing that above all, I need to trust myself and listen to what my intuition is telling me. After a week, I told her that I couldn't take the job back because it just was not where my soul was taking me. So that was really, it was really hard decision to make at that time. You know, I was not bringing in any clients. And then I realized that it was eclipse season. I follow astrology, but for some reason this had eluded me. And so I thought, wow, I wonder what happened during the last eclipse season. If this was so intense, I wonder what happened during last eclipse season. So I reflected back and looked on my calendar and looked at the season. It was May and June 2021. And I was just floored at what I found out. At that time, I was also going through a dark night of the soul. It was different, but both scenarios were extremely anxiety inducing. What happened in 2021 was my friend and I parted ways. A dear friend of mine, we parted ways. And it was not easy. I faced a lot of shame, a lot of guilt, confusion. And it was really, really hard. So what did I learn from this? I learned that I'm meant to work alone. Now, it might not be obvious from what I shared that I learned this, but I did. That's something that came out of all this experience. I learned that I work best by myself. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to collaborate or I'm going to share ideas with people or things like that, but I work at my own pace, and I have to be able to work at my own pace in order to flourish and feel expansive in my work. And in order for my business to work, I have to do it on my own. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to have virtual assistants or anyone like that to support me. But basically at the creative helm, I need to be there and I need to be in control somewhat. Of course, I'm always co-creating with the universe, but you know what I'm talking about. And then the second thing I learned is that I'm really meant to focus on my energy work first. So up until the beginning or 2022, the beginning of 2022, I was teaching courses and that was going well. But what I realized was that that's the old me. That's the Josette who used to teach at university, used to teach English. And the new Josette is meant to focus on energy work and coaching. So what's the benefit of having gone through all this? Well, today I feel more alive than I ever have. I feel more grounded than I ever have, and I understand my work more than I ever have too. I know I'll always be learning, but it's thanks to the fears that showed up during eclipse season, that I am where I am today. If I had not reflected on those moments and learned and healed from what I experienced, I wouldn't be able to be here today, grounded in my truth. I know that the decisions that I made, thanks to what was revealed to me in eclipse season, are going to catapult me into the future as I do my work, as I complete my mission here. And I'm really, really grateful for it. But it wasn't easy, and I needed a lot of support to go through it. Dear friends supported me through it. I've had sessions with coaches and energy workers, and so we don't need to go through eclipse season alone. I would never recommend it. And that's also the power of eclipse season. You can see that it is incredibly healing once we're able to see the big picture. So what are your eclipse stories? I can't wait to hear them. Bye.